Okay, here we are, August 30th, Labor Day weekend. We're not camping out this weekend, but we did, today's Saturday, we're doing a little bit of work around the camp, finishing up some things, and we're gonna be making a
pot roast.
pot roast.
However, this pot roast is going to be more in the Jewish style. Typically, they would utilize a brisket. We don't have a brisket today, but we do have a chuck roast. This chuck roast here is a little short of 3.5 pounds. But what we want to do is to sear the pot roast, or the chuck roast, to retain all the fluids and seasoning inside.
Liquids, right.
So what we want to do, I'm using some butter in here. Some people like to use olive oil, but it's just to sort of make it a little bit easier there, so it won't stick when we put this roast in. And we're going to put it over our little campfire.
You're gonna sear it, right?
I'm going to sear it on all ends.
That's a nice thick one. Geez, that's
That
gonna
is a
take
nice
how
thick
many
one, isn't
hours?
it?
That's gonna take a long.
Yeah, typically
time, so.
this will cook for probably 4.5 to 5 hours in total. We're taking this over to the fire right now. I do have the setting on a lower setting, as I want this to be as close to the fire as possible, just to speed the process up for the searing part. Once we put all the other ingredients in, obviously we're going to raise it a little bit higher and have it slow cook for us.
And you're gonna flip it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so this has been on just for a couple minutes, and we want to, as I mentioned, brown it so it turns a little bit gray. Yeah, so you're searing it. We're going to let it sit for a couple minutes on this side, and then we'll work on these ends as well. So here we are, we have both sides seared. I'm just working on the side of the pot roast, chuck roast. And again, it doesn't take very long.
It's
But again, we want to seal all that in there, all those juices.
Oh yeah,
In fact, I think we're done. We're ready to go.
it's gonna be wonderful.
Right now, I'm using this as a poor man's measuring cup. The recipe normally calls for about a cup of ketchup for the
More ketchup,
roast.
the better, right?
I like to put extra in, so you can see I'm going full blast.
It tastes so much better.
Right. Okay.
And you really don't taste the ketchup.
You don't, right. Now, typically what you want to put in is about 4 cups of water. Part of the recipe also requires beef bouillon. This is beef bouillon here. I always like to be generous with the beef bouillon, but typically you want to put in 4 heaping teaspoons of beef bouillon. But again, I put a little extra in. I like that additional beef flavor.
If you can smell it. Smell a gram, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm not too concerned. Obviously, you would want to use warm water to have this
It'll be on the
dissolve,
fire, yeah.
but it's going to be hot over the
Yeah.
fire anyway. I do like to also pour it over the roast.
Use the water to get all of the rest of it out. Yeah. My mouth was watering. Thanks a lot.
This is an excellent recipe for sure.
Oh man, yeah. The smell is just so good.
Okay, so that's 2 cups so far. And because we're going to slow cook this, you want to have a lot of liquid in here. I try to put the liquid almost up to the top of the roast itself. So we're going to stop there. Now I have a bag of baby cut carrots. I like to put the whole bag in there. And what I do is I surround the chuck roast with the carrots. If you prefer to put some on the top, you can do that as well.
Eat your heart out, Julia Childs, right?
Exactly.
A little bit of carrots, bam.
You got it. Good for the eyes, right?
That's right. The eyes have it.
Right.
All right. I'll be cutting the onions. Whoop, that was a little too much. Oh well.
He has the teary-eye job.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's why.
So these we want to mince, this first one.
That's why you didn't want to do it, because
Right.
I'd be afraid you'd eat the onions. You know what I mean? You and onions. I mean,
So the first onion we'll mince. The second one we'll keep in like quarters and cook them. Since this roast takes about 4.5 to 5 hours, the diced onions will sort of dissipate and sort of blend in with your gravy mixture. And I am an onion lover, so I do like to put like the quarter onion in there.
yeah. He almost hijacked an onion truck one day.
Yeah, right.
He eats them like apples.
Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah. How about we save that for the... Can't go wrong with that, right?
Never.
Minced, and then we'll have those chopped.
Larger onions that have been sliced, and again, I'm going to put those around the side.
What about the small ones?
Small ones I put on top of the roast.
Oh, okay. So these will like
Yeah.
get nice and soft. So you're gonna shove them down in between that roast, or
I think we're
shove
good.
them down.
I think we're good.
okay? Oh, with onions? No.
You want all of them in?
Yeah, what the? I mean, some of them.
Okay,
a little
guys,
bit more.
so-
Not all of them, but
The onions are depending on how much you like them.
we know how much you like them.
I like them a lot. I like a lot of onions.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do is sprinkle
Paprika.
some paprika on top. Whoops, I'm sorry, I forgot. Let's salt and pepper first. A little bit of salt. Pepper.
Paprika.
I have maybe one and
They're
a
all
half, 1.5 teaspoons.
1.5 teaspoons of paprika.
Okay, and then
And the
I know
ketchup.
we mentioned the ketchup before. We put that on top.
You put it over the top of the onions. Everything?
Yeah, you can. What I'm going to do though before I finish that is I like to sprinkle the diced onions on top of the roast.
Yeah, it looks like a pizza.
It sure does, doesn't it? Yeah. That'll be our next video.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. We'll do a pizza in the Dutch oven pizza. We have a couple Dutch ovens, so we can do that. But you have to be careful because any kind of dough it could burn. So we have to.
Keep a close eye on that.
Maybe we'll practice it first before
We'll be the guinea
we
pigs.
do it. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it, guys. We're ready to put the lid on and put this over the fire, but
go
we're going to
for it.
need to adjust the...
Temperature. Yeah.
Okay, so we adjusted the height of our hook. We raised it up a little bit because, again, we want this to be a slow cook.
We'll get it boiled and then we can move some of the
Put it
stuff
over the fire
around.
there and
Yep.
keep track of time. That's the important thing.
How many hours? About 3 or 4 hours from now.
Probably 4 hours, maybe 4.5, since it's a thicker roast.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. I'm actually starting to get hungry right now. What do you think? I agree.
I agree as well. I'm glad you agree with what I agree with, because that makes it
Cheers.
agreeable. All right, so we've had this on for about 3 hours. It's the finished product. And we'll test it out with the thermometer. We're approaching 160.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So we're gonna put on our baked potatoes and go from there.
Keep it warm.
More.
That she opposes gay
Jojo.
marriage, and she opposes all that. And he called her up and said, "Are you telling me you oppose gay
Do you like camping?
Yes, I do.
You like the
He said,
outdoors,
"Well,
huh?
then how could you be so
What are you
kind and
eating?
loving to me?" And
A
she
pretzel?
said, because I'm. She said, "I do care about you.
Okay.
And I do love you, but what you're doing is wrong." You
It's
know,
beautiful,
like, and
yeah.
So it's like he was like so impressed by that he actually started to rethink his, you know.
His no greater.
What do you think, Oof?
I agree.
Talk to me.
Like
I agree.
There it is.
Doing that.
And it smells wonderful, and it's just falling apart. Just falling apart.
Wait, let me see your nose.